listen carefully. Very much time. The star globe with you holds on the both sword and shield. It will grant you strength as well as protection. The most important thing is it will grant you a high instant of the current location star. The channel the better to tune heavens, a malefic, and the beneficial body. The better the aether. But alas, I already know the star globe is not the only tool. Yes, the arcane and more. The 6 major arcane definitely rule. When any layman you have the cards to predict the man's future. This both is true. There isn't the cards to predict, but the cards to influencing the man. You draw upon the deck, upon reading the cards coming from it, where it brings the man with you, tap into one of the lower 6 heavens. Of course, the card is drawn is likely to target directed to the target's destiny as well as yours. Are you the only one man's fortune, or will you lead? Normally, I will dare you to cover the first thing, but it's my grandfather who's placed his life in your hands. I am not about to watch him have his throat slit because you cannot tell the face of an arc. When the 2 seemingly capable soldiers have to take a brunt of the bandit blows, while you convince the stars. I understand that this is a lot to digest, but if you ever to become an capable Astrologian, you must believe in its path before you, and in your power to read it, follow it, and ultimately control it. Take some time to assimilate yourselves to power. Yeah. It is shadows and holding. Alright. Heal them. What the hell is doing? Took him out. I'm told there would be 2 astrologers. Enough of this. I am the employee of Lord. I have been sent to escort you back to Ishgard. Are you unhurt, my lord? Oh my god, he bro, what's that? Wait, his face with that outfit. I think you're wearing a female's outfit. And where is the former student? His constant pestering is one of the reasons I agreed to make a long trip from the old world. I see none but Kenan and his adventure. I too have seen no other. Just like you didn't see those Benons until their knives were up our asses. But this is no matter. It was all that the stars have foretold. I saw the adventurer long before even setting foot on the accursed continent, where the arcane whispers and told me I would find a worthy successor for my soul eyes, the crystal. And had witness have he aced into his role, but mere moments after taking upon the crystal globe and deck. I wouldn't say mere moments. I knew once that the reading was true. There was an adventurer was an archaeologist I have been seeking. Now, let us see if he has the potential for greatness within him. There you will see 6 stars of globe. The constellation is thought to be of the gate of the first heaven, the heaven which holds the world tree implanted in it by the marten and nurtured by the keeper. The world tree is the source from which all life is said to have sprung. The trunk of the crystals is weak, allowing themselves to stay firm. And now you've opened the gate, the power is yours to command. A soul both representing a solid foundation. It is not coincidence that this is the very constellation is risen to mid-haven at the very moment. The moment Astrologian is born. To think I saw of a moon ago, it seems I am better read your face than I thought I. Right, yes. It has been a long journey, but more the share unexpected. I'm an old man, and one does not need a deck of arc to see that these wheelers will not carry me much longer. Let's make haste to Ishgar, so I may give an ungrateful and a proper... You got some explaining, Toto! The 15 summers passed, and still the flipping clod I lost half my hair tutoring, sending an adventure to find a man who summoned halfway across Hyladen, always taking the ease route, and you wonder why you still haven't been able to open the second heaven's gate. Allow me to explain, Professor. You see, I've been waiting here in case you made it to Ishkar before my manservant can locate you. Think of it as of the confusion you already. You arrived here only to find the empty. Wait, how did you? I haven't opened all my gates. My grandfather is the greatest astrologian in all Charlatan. That is not he doesn't know unless he doesn't wish to know it. You of all people should know that. Perhaps I was hasty in my decision to remain here to see to your training. Training? You? What a Professor Mace. Isn't that why he made it to him? My friend has already completed his task. He simply came to Ishkar out of courtesy to an old pupil, one who it appears he wasted years on. Wasted? What are you implying, my lady? My dear Leva, you still do not see it, do you? Without giant corner stumbling into my tutelage nearly 2 decades past, he never would have taken this adventure under his wing and sent him to us in his stead. It was all as the stars had planned. Your soul crystal? The adventure has stolen Everett the unobservant John. If the adventure had stolen my crystal, Leva would have read up some terrible fate for the lad. No, it's no success for her. Something I mistakenly thought you might be, but even I cannot see every future, it seems. But do not despair. I have not given up on you completely. Despite your failings, you've tried your best to promote the Charlatan School of Astrology. Here in this den of fools who fail to see the all beyond the darkened stars. I wish to see you continue that fight, and this is why I've bade Levana to remain here and further your and his and this adventurous training. I see. That is rather overwhelming. Might I have some time to consider your words? No. You either continue your training with me or your protege, or you can crawl back into obscurity. I shall give you both several turns of the sun to study the basics of Charlatan. If it should not be so hard for you, considering you have a substantial head start. Once you have committed to the basics of memory, then return here. In the meantime, I will travel to a search for a location, and you will unlock the remaining. You were only recently set up on by Bennett. Perhaps traveling alone so soon is unwise. Don't you think I know that? That is why you'll be lending me the services of your able men. I will, yes, of course, anything for granddaughter Charlotte, the fine professor of astrology. You heard the lady. I will see my grandfather's airship landing now, but rest assured that if you neglect it, I will know. Ooh, she's feisty. Oh, be available. Greetings. The star tells us that you have a ridiculously following, though I harbor doubts. Go out and do things while I suppose we have to make it. As the stars would have it, she just sent word that she is ready for us to attempt to open this. You are aware of the 7 gigs or not? That'll be better than the monk one. Earth, fire, water, wind, the element as first. This is constantly which aids are containing the sensitive bodies and constantly unlock and open the gates of the element constant ejaculation. There is no actual gate. Think of it more as a portal to the soul. Mind if I term it? This about as much as one. This may come as a realization, but hiding is not a flat like. It only appears because it is fear that I was doing right now, finding the location, which is the next. Too far to that does to I see the bands have kept busy harrying our camp since we arrived. I do believe the old man enjoys the excitement, however. I'm certain it beats wiping the eyes of a noble bred whoring away his uncle's fortune while dreaming of becoming. We must be patient and wait for the celestial at the point which is fully. Alright, that's what's up. The balance focus to its power. With heaven of fire, a realm so but Power who is and thus the balance burn crimson out. And let's see the speed of our location. Little amigo, why so soon? What would you rather have to commit yourself to another several moons of allow the stars to ascend to them in heaven once they have surveyed. I saw and witnessed the and the building so as I say the seeds of jealousy, destroy it. Witnessing both the creation, destruction, and strange, granted to we. Now open the gate to fix the using your arcane to draw upon the source of power that represents. This path we walk as Astrologian is called the Royal Road. It can be treacherous and fraught with peril, but it can lead. Your realm is quite the paradox. On one hand, it full of life and magic, and on the other hand, richest lands of all hidden. On the take from the richest soul displaced from their homes by the flames of war, of Ishgard, mired in all its pointless conflict with the enemy, so old it is not even remember why it fights. The foolish believe that it is a fate to suffer, so that they turn their gaze upon the stars, windows. Self-flame stars have the power to show people their many paths. But the power can only be channeled by the few. Those like me and you and the lesser extent. And in our duty to use the power to benefit whose remain lost or misguided. Remember that, and maybe one day you will. This is exactly what I've been trying to tell the astrologers at home of the nation. Why disregard something that has the power to grant succor to the wounded, the power to uplift the trunner, to strengthen the weak? The answer to that is easy. Empowering those who without power lessens the power of those who already have it. Heal the weak so they might rise up and topple those who made them weak. Why would anyone in a position of power do that? Even our great nation of learning is corrupted by this man ourselves. We hoard our knowledge so that we might remain the brightest. Why do you think it took so long for Persephone to visit you? Yes, I know what he told you, but that was not the whole of it. Those of the ruling quarter did damage to stand in the way of my grandfather, worried that his passion for his field would kindly widespread. Interest of showing authority. They only allowed him to his recent ship, knowing he is too old to aud of the sword. Fortunately, the ruling quarter did not realize I would be accompanying my... These past few turns have been the most fruitful. Yet, while you have opened half of the heavens, it's still much of what we have you. Take what you have learned here and wish you more. It is that you discuss it. If my grandfather is to be believed, his time transcribing Thomas Beckman's description should have left him more. I think I recall somebody recessing the attribution of the arcane before reading it, which would result in a slight alterations of predation, or perhaps I have something to do with the kings and queens of the minor arcane. Grants 50% chance your next benefit will restore critical HP. Just last night, the victim. Sorry, this is a chance for you. To tear her room filthy in. I heard a story that the furniture was trapped in her room. You don't seem to be surprised to see here. Tell you of the attack? Damn the fool. I told him to keep his mouth shut, though I suppose I must bear some of the fruit for ever thinking he could do as he is told. Now I suppose you're wondering why I summoned you here to the chamber, and no, it was not for the benefit. It appears as much more common. There are times where the heavens may provide you with a vision of future of something beyond. In these, the stars are not for. So we shuffle our deck. We are in no way of ignoring or ordained merely postponing a reading intended for a later date, and replacing it with something better pertaining to the past. I trust that you will pick up a technique swifter than. Are you my people? The gate of the fortress, however, the location. So you are to travel with you see them living with the hassle. We might be able to catch them as much as I indulge myself. So there is a congress to be held. All the persons at such an event will be sorely missed. but fear the next step must pursue up. I'm certainly will understand. I always open the third gate one day. Or was it fourth? Third, fourth. You know how it was probably to do that. Maybe I said independent. Remember, it's a little. It's been a while. I gotta admit, let's be honest. Didn't see what the first once as the how those skates, let's say alone was. Yes, I took a few months to do this to speak with her. Who was the Sahagian, the Serpent Reapers, and the Guardian Empire, though I could not tell, but she is what she was gone before. Turn here than a Annabelle. Seems she entered contract with the caravan for the purchase. Very well. Lucy, young man. She was so the pit. You guys being watched followed. Those who agree should speak with a drowning wench and missing members of the short stay of the. I see, so we have asserted that the lady is being followed, and that is as she is aware of it. If that's the case, I believe she will attempt to move somewhere else. She will be in plain sight. They are connected in broad light, and when they happen, most people just keep their heads down, so as not to move. I shall start down. We'll try to locate the lady there. And there are still such as here. If she is not to arrive in our group by the time that we shall both hope perhaps you should have her with to see if she's with your friend believe. Though I feel like if she did not make that far, you never truly at least not life. There's a chance she'll arrive here after your signature, but that all she remains. Alright. Let's see. See you last. This. I couldn't figure out it was in August. I sensed the danger at the landing and it was instinct to run. I forgot that I could trust you. Unfortunately, by the time I realized that There was no sign. I realized it was my precious. Simply lead me away. It was then I witnessed several of the bandits that disguised himself in garb similar to mine. I assumed this was search for me. I was concerned the idea of part of the play of the imposter. Why? May I ask, were you at any time discern who the prisoner was? The amount of effort put into your capture would suggest there were more mere pirates. Fortunately, no. I wasn't about to walk up and ask them who they were when they hired me, but there's all behind now. Let's see if we... Done. crazy. We fought the entire army. Oh shit. Yeah, I got ambushed by that one of those too. I'm not gonna lie, I almost got my ass kicked by that thing too. I'll cut this. Nor can I. Then again, I never have found someone so credulous. Now, let us do this as they do in Fear Babe. You step over, I let the man go. Easy peasy. Who attacked? Remembrance or be so in years, then it changes everything. First off, I can finally drop this annoying pirate accent. Secondly, I suppose I can simply kill you now rather than return. I'll hand the man and I'll have your head tarred on the first, now feline fishers and now commodore of the... How many more gods in this machine go through? Fool for that. Yeah, you were literally in the middle of everything. All my years, this was the first time I ever seen the fading death trick actually work. And now for a moment to be dwelling on our many failings, I have a dastard to apprehend. You would be surprised how often people run after being told stop right there. That pirate, she was the same pirate who... Yeah, I know. That changes little, for I still have no idea who she may be, or there is naught we can do until Commodore brings the woman to justice, or until she decides to attack us again. What we can do is what we can... The force of the heaven, the force of the wind, was created atop the lofty peak by the wonders whose footsteps have been guided by the navigator. The wind blows to the sea to get the fact true, and as I delivered the... These pictures don't even look... Oh, I see it now. I've turned my head around. The fourth. Further aid you hone your skills. Now let's return to Ishkar. I have a few words with certain student of mine who feels inclined to... You seem to think I was to blame for Mr. Bridget, but now why would I be? It's not as if being there would have prevented the bandits from attacking. There being the same bandits who attacked you in the Black Shroud, which, by the way, is another location I was not at. There's plenty some... I was helping further our cause. I was spoken to several high-ranking candidates, but later I was being granted the opportunity to speak at the vault regarding Shavanda. I was politely turned down, of course, but it was just a gesture. Should that will one day lead to another gesture. Gravity. To use unexpected damage with. Oh. Greetings, your timing, my friend, is impeccable, for it just so happens that this very moment I need your assistance. With a lovely lady, Livia has been out making herself a target for every cutthroat cut in that realm. I have been focusing my efforts on our main objective, training. Bah, there'll be time enough for that training later. No, I speak of our ultimate goal of spreading knowledge of Silver's School of Astrology throughout the Holy See. As you know, the Vault recently turned down my request to allow Livia to speak before them, but I'm not the one to turn it away so easily. No, I will plan. I will entreat Chief Astrologian Formon to draw up an official recommendation. The Vault will not so quickly dismiss the words of a man of such standing. Yes, I know my uncle loads me with a passion rarely seen even in young loved ones. There is still no reason why he should aid our cause, being such a staunch opponent of charge, but that does not mean we cannot try. If we fail, well then we can try again, and again, and again, until he is annoyed and he writes us a recommendation simply to see us sitting here. And by we, I mean, considering how the Red Chief became the last time I visited him, I reason it would be detrimental to my uncle's health I should arrive at a place of research. And we most certainly would not want to fall ill or collapse before he pent us up. Why do I see a disturb? Who do I see disturb me this time? The manservant? I suppose he came here for this. He never ceases to amaze me, does he? Not only does the lout have the nerve to ask me for aid, but he then refuses to do me the common courtesy of accepting the aid in person. Ever the entitled little shite, more worried about his popularity amongst the fair sex than how his actions disgraces his family name. Ah, the sidetrack. I suppose you're wondering why in the world of I will agree persecution nothing. Well, simple. Allowing the heathen astrologer to dig her own grave in front of the entire vault and the Ishgard astrology community will only serve to accomplish what I wished from the very start. Shaolin astrology has no place in Ishgard. I have no place in Eorzea. It has no place in this world. It is dangerous, and it serves no purpose to take our eyes with some true point using astrology to free us from the dragon menace and ensure man's and perhaps this will finally spell his downfall. He has only been allowed to continue this nonsense because he is harmless, too caught up in the luxury of being in line for the title to actually put forward any real effort into furthering his cause. Shaolin astrology, but an oddity which he can boast and boast, and he can go into bed with the maids of lower houses. His father has protected him thus far, but allowing him and his lady to speak, this will be no brushing under the rug, and the shame this brings forth. Former chief has denied my request letter, so we might begin work on our next request. Is this? It can't be. The seal is formless? How did you? What did he say? No, wait. Perhaps it is best I do not know. Well, this changes everything. I will have to arrange another meeting with his vault. Summoning the cardinals of Kenan. We will need wine and sparrow stuffed pheasant, a pheasant stuffed goose, and goose stuffed with chocobo bars. No fear, I will no longer be able to join our next open. Once we were not dependent. Young woman as she... The girl claimed she had studied and recently overheard Jacket mention that we would be conducting another gate opening. She journeyed here on her own hopes to have a chance. We took it out. Yeah, I did not think. Your only fault was an insatiable thirst for knowledge. A realm where one must apologize for being a victim is no realm worth living in. But why would those attack me? I believe it is not now quite obvious that these benefits were not meant for you, but for me. It seems that certain parties fear the spread of Shaolin astrology and will not stop not to prevent it. The pendant, it must have been torn. Here, you can take mine. I have the stars committed to memory. Able to, but I think of something just wait. You've mentioned something about certain parties wanting to prevent the spread of shaman. Have you any idea who they might be? I do, but I shall require more proof before I can be certain. You should be able to assist me with that. However, as they say, first things first. fifth awaits. Now open your mind. One with the stars. Let us It said that the fifth flows of the mighty river carrying the water spilled from the in the water of the strength have come before all who will follow those spun within room through which my and now the power of the forever yours and forever shall it. While I cannot forgive our patron for skipping yet another of his lessons, I cannot deny that the passion hidden deep beneath all this posture may have its uses. Word of our field is spreading, and in our inherent nature has begun to stir. Curiosity is providing the better motivation than skepticism and faith. Our time may come soon. So it blazes in the wall can unlock the. Tell me, I knew it. Reading out my talents grow by day. What is this you claim? A fellow astrologer was moved by my words and went to witness the unlocking. That is amazing. I wonder who it could be. So, I was starting to recall speaking in detail with a young a mind to find this woman and hold a special lesson with her. And that reminds me, Levi asked me to teach you a new technique before you head to the open meeting, which you have already gone and done. But it appears you were able to overcome your ordeal without it. Yes, exactly according to my lesson plan. You wish to teach. You still wish to teach me? Very well. Tells me that you are nearly ready to open the sixth and final gate. Yes, and I said final. We all know the seven heavens, but to open the seventh is impossible. Will accept upon death, of course. An attempt to attune to the pole started on it. Even now I tell you to me. Has yet to depart to the location of found it. Doubts she fears another band, but whatever reason, sure. Six of that. True ways no one does it. Before we go so far, I will teach you taking in our sins. By temporarily joining your fate with a companion, they will reap this. As there is passive or general, it will achieve. changed location. I assume your travel has taken you. I assume I will go ahead and find if you see previous dependents which travel his partner, so I will have my scout ahead reporting his position. Let someone else put the head in her chain. I've some of our plans. I do not doubt he already has some. She must have left from the window, or why did I see if use the front door? I just said that it means we will be I said it means we'll be traveling alone. Of course I'll be attending. Why wouldn't I be? And well, that it appears, given the concept the astrology and rainfall was unwise, as my reading of the location of the sixth heaven have proved slightly off. However, the second calculation have shown they were close. The location lies just north of here, in direct tower known as. You've looked to learn about you. I might ask if you've seen this star before. If I was a person on this who came to us. Do you mean to tell me she was set upon again? Their map? Well, then I'm going to have to ask you to accompany me for a question. The astrologer claims she wrenched this chart from one of her assailants before escaping their grasp. Why would you assault a supplement? Because she did not, my lord. Why would you ever think someone that foolish? There must be some sort of misunderstanding. I was present at the assault. We saved the young maid of the which you speak from the bandits. And Lady Lerva gave her own constellation map to replace the one damaged by a assailant. Look, her was also a witness. Well, we have our own witnesses to say that. So until we can have a trial of judge, you can pass who passes this. Lavenna will have to come in and question, for she herself has admitted that this map is hers. It's alright. I have not to hide, and arguing here will not bring any of us closer to. If anything, I wish to comfort this woman who would bring false accusation against her who saves her life. So, take me to where you live. I shall answer for the questions, and you will soon learn the spelling falsehood. My friends, you need not to worry. Okay, for sure. I shall be in company of temple knights, which no harm might befall me. I will return once I have. Who we say the astrologers who saying the astrologer was a temple knight? No, listen, my lord. I was saying the astrologer is no more an astrologer than she is a knight. I am saying we've been played. We fell victim to a ruse that has landed in the hands of those who have attempted to kill her. Then you are saying she won't be saved in the prison. Those weren't temple knights, my lord. However, they were colored knights, most heavily, and if we were to assault them this near, we would be soaked in full arrows beyond anyone asked. No, we must shut and wait for them to opportunity. How exciting! Can I take a point? No, of course not. Oh wow, we are surrounded. Solar. On. Who's that? These fools had led me straight to the answer. I saw it since my arrival back was Rome. If I'm not mistaken, my trusted companion should be. No, I'll be taking this. Okay. The moment you've lifted on the airship, the whole land will know you are not. Once we're in the air, it doesn't matter what anyone knows, you fool. We will now be returning once we have slain you and your friends. Now, no one shall stand away from my fate. Especially not some dog's body. Oh, dude, that was easy. We have 3 healers. Please, my lord, allow me to gather myself. I don't think that Lady Lever would mind us taking a peek at what instead Miss. Of course, I knew the temple life was false. I recognized the Astrologian we saved almost immediately. I find it insulting that they believe I would not. I knew that they would lead me to the true perpetrator if I played along, fully aware that the 3 are follow. And I'm pleased that you also knew that we would somehow crawl out of our way to tussle with our lives. because I was certain for most of the journey. I was certain would make it, for the stars already told me I had to unlock the sixth gate here in this village. This very location we ended up, despite our unexpected ordeal. Your fate, Kenan. Well, I never bothered reading it, for I thought you would skip this lesson, like you have. For the next time, open your soul to the final constellation, the spear. The spear is the gate to sixth in which the fairy resides in the palace. The eyes carved by Onsen and eyes formed of the moonbeams collected by the lovers. We literally have like 3 healers on our team. We're not gonna like die at all. Has a far power to overcome our enemies, but also the compassion that is necessary to grant us. And now the power is yours, to see directly to those who recite it. It is done. You have attuned yourself to the 6 lower heavens, and now that you know their strength, the true journey begins. Sixth heaven. Please. Like I said from the beginning, the stars, the heaven arcane, they know your face. They fickle information. It is up all of such surprises from the hearts. Use it in. You have a conversation. What has taken me more than 15 summers to accomplish, you've done it, and more in a matter of moons. But our time together has taught me that, despite what we have may believe, we all have our roles, and each role is just as important. For others, without taking both Quimperin and you under my wing, you would have never have saved Lavisa from assailants. Meaning, in a way, I say, not that I am the one. Nor shall I take the credit for the missive that never would have been discovered were it not for me taking you and upon the coast there. It benefits its point taken. Let us break the seal and see what we have. Why this harmony? Haven't seen it many time before. It's my uncle's, but that would mean it would mean that the highest ranking astrologist in all Ishkar has been attempting to assassinate us. If the tribunal were to hear this, he would be hanged. After a hanging would only earn us another ill-tempered Orthodox astrologist unwilling to open his eyes to the benefits of the discipline. No, we can use this missive to our advantage. As long as it remains in our hands, so too does it. Are you saying we could use the missive to blackmail Fulmouth? I am saying where we merely grant the chief his life in exchange for a little assistance in furthering our just and noble cause. I see. You're quite a devil, my dear. Very well. I will summon my uncle to the Arsha. There we can present him with the offer. Why must you insist on pestering me, gentlemen? I gave you your letter, now leave me be. Ah, but that would not be the only letter you have written lately, wouldn't it? Perhaps you recall a certain letter to the forum. The letter carried by a party of less than savory characters who attempted to kidnap Lena and deliver her to Charlians, not to mention kill me, my manservant, and my good friend Kaiser. Here, would you have forgotten, is currently an honored guest? A letter drawn upon and signed none other than you. No. Oh, but do not presume to misunderstand. We wish neither your disgrace nor your death, as not our hands. In fact, we wish very little from you. Not you might say, in a sense that you are never again to use your influence to hamper our efforts at spreading Charlotte astrology here in Ishgard. Involve yourself no more in the affairs of me and my guest. Your secret remains safe, and I will even forgive you for trying to have me murdered, if that is, you give me your word. It's not as if you've left me with much choice. You have my word. But know that silencing me will not make your nonsense any more accepted in the vault. There are others who will see you fall, others who care little whether or not I speak my piece. You're fully aware of the peaks we have left to scale. However, we shall not let that discourage us. I have been shown a path that I altogether plan on walking, and the stars shall guide my way. The stars foretell many things, my dear, and not even the best readers can see them all. Do not forget this. So we have silenced him, but to hear him tell it, she was the least of our worries.